You're from Nigeria. I'm just wondering, like, what are the challenges, being so young as a CEO? Do people take you as serious as they should in the business that you're in?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, I think, you know, the best thing you can do to accrue the respect you want is to just be a person worthy of respect, right? Like if you behave the right, if you develop yourself a certain way and you behave the right way and you're a serious person and that's obvious, they will respect you.
Mm.
It's natural. People know, right? If they meet you and they don't feel subconsciously like you're a person deserving of respect, they will give it to you, especially if you're young.
Mm-hmm.
But
In black.
yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you can overcome all that just by being a person that's clearly worthy of respect. And then that goes out the window. Like I don't have issues. If I sit down with somebody for 30 minutes, they don't leave feeling like he's not serious or he doesn't know what he's talking about or he's not intelligent or he can't communicate. At the end of it, they're fine. So yeah, maybe before, but you talk to somebody, they know people know, they understand, right? And so they don't
Who said ask about me, man? I'm like ask about me.
well, I wasn't. You're not born as a finished product. It's all about development.
That's right.
So if you work, like I said they made me join the speech and debate team in high school.
You're that guy.
I
You've
can
been
speak
that guy.
really well now.
So here we have the CEO of Red Lobster. He was also the CEO of PF Chang, 36-year-old black male, as you can see. Wanted to go over this part of the video. I watched the whole video. Throughout the video, you continue to see the DEI and the rhetoric that Charlamagne and them usually do, but there's one part early in the podcast where Charlamagne and them asks about his background, like, "Hey, how did you grow up? Like, did you have both your parents?" And then when they learned that he was from Nigerian descent, that his dad is a neurologist, his mom was a pharmacist, they stopped the whole subject and went to something else because they thought that he was going to be a black African American male who had a single mother, who grew up in the struggle, and he got to success. That's what everybody wants. Every person who is successful to go through something. This young man talks about the ultimate rebellion, which is excellence, which he's going to go into more about, just talking about how you actually become the person you need to become. And he is a great example of what merit means. We have to get out of the mindset that just because we're black, we're owed something. And just because we're black and a white person or someone other than the African American race has a prejudgment about us, like he said, within 30 seconds to 3 minutes, you can change that whole person's thought process about you as an individual. And that's what we should be trying to do more of. Not worry about how they feel about us, but try to change those few people that we can change every time that we come in contact with people. I was so excited about this episode. I actually listened to one of his interviews before when he first took over Red Lobster. Very intelligent young man, but he talks about how he just put his mind to it and he was able to literally not really manifest, but he practiced and prepared so much. When he got the opportunity, he was ready, because he even uses a word early in the interview stating that he he had to pretend, but he explained what he mean by pretend. He said he researched and studied so much that when he got into his interview stage, because he was with Goldman Sachs, which is awesome. I'm sure he's a big fan of Vivek Ramaswamy, because he went through the same. He talks about Goldman Sachs in his book and everything, Woke America. But that's another day for another story for another day. With that being said, this gentleman was so articulate. As you noticed when Charlamagne said, "And being black," he said, "I guess," like, those aren't important to true black people who truly know that they earn their success. They don't worry about all this extra stuff that we're fighting about in the world, DEI, systemic racism. When you truly earn something, you put so much work into what you did, you don't have time to fight about what you think people think of you, those type of things. When you keep your mind on the prize, I don't care what your race is, but especially speaking for black people, um, you won't care about what people thought of you once you're successful, because it doesn't matter. So play the rest of this.
but that's been a work in process, right? You know, I played football growing up through high school, college. Yeah, it makes you strong physically. We know what it does. It makes you strong mentally.
Discipline.
You got to wake up 6 a.m. every day. You got to go train. So you learn things, right? And that becomes part of your character. You know, the emotional discipline, that's important too. And you learn that. So if you spend your life building these skills, you will become a person that has these skills. And that is what people respect.
How has
Right.
the weaponization of DEI impacted you, if at all? Do people say, oh, he's a DEI hire?
No, I've just been so successful throughout my life. I don't get that.
All right.
I mean, you could take, you know, for me, it goes back to early. I aim to excel at everything I do. And there's very little evidence of me not excelling at anything that I've tried to do.
Ooh,
At an early age, I decided to excel at everything I do. There's little to no room to say that I haven't excelled at everything that I have tried to do. That's how powerful and how much belief he has in himself. He doesn't allow these DEI topics to make him feel like that's why he got in the room. No, my success, my success, my failures, everything that I did up to this point to secure what I am and who I am got me to where I am. This is amazing. Even if you just watch this last ending of the interview, man, this young black man is very intelligent, very impressive, man. Awesome guy.
From football
That's
to
right.
Brown to
Word.
Goldman
man
to
said, "I'm him."
TPG to Harvard to Paulson.
that
Like
talk,
there's no real L's on the on. Not say I won't fail at anything. And I have failed at plenty,
That's
but
right. Let's go talk to them coaches.
well,
He's not as good as he thought he was.
she wants to know my 40-yard dash. There's a record out there somewhere.
That's right.
That's funny.
Somebody at Brown like, I used to bust his ass. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's a fair point. But you know, and I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm just saying you can build a habit of excellence, and that's how you'll be viewed, right? And so I think anybody can achieve. You just have to build these habits.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really more motivation to people who are listening.
Was you coming from Nigeria? You know, you said your dad was a neurologist. I read your mom was a pharmacist.
Yeah.
Were they upset you didn't stay in like that field in some way, shape, or form? Like,
my parents were always just like, whatever you do, just be the best at it.
So there you have it. And this is why I always say that you can be whatever you want to be. This gentleman right here was always told to be the best at whatever you do, excel at whatever you do, and that's what he's doing. And he's not allowing his race to dictate where his success lies. So, man, I really encourage you guys. I'm going to put the video and the interview in the description. I really encourage you guys to go and watch the whole thing. Speaks very well, articulates a lot about the restaurant industry. Pretty cool that he worked in finance, and actually finance took him all these different routes. So just very successful. I just wanted to take a few minutes out just to talk about that. We don't have to be a part of this DEI. We don't have to be a part of systemic racism. We don't have to be a part of what everybody's trying to push us into. We are great as we are. Just continue to work on your mental, your physical, and your emotional, because he talks about that too. He talks about how important it is to have your emotional intact. And that's, a lot of us are emotional creatures. Perfect example is Jasmine Crockett. She's too emotional, which causes her education, her intelligence, everything to go out the window, and people just look at her as a black woman who's angry, who's yelling. Your emotions will eliminate your intelligence. Let me say that one more time. Your emotions will eliminate your intelligence if you let it. So I hope you guys really got something out of this. Don't forget to hit that like button for the algorithm. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. As I always leave you guys, God loves you, which is most importantly, I love you. You're beautiful, and your boy's out. There you go.